Hey y'all, so this is about day 3 with me having this hairstyle in my head. So I did want to share a few things with you before you get into the video. Number 1, make sure when you blow dry your hair, you get it as straight as possible. And shy away from using mousse or anything that'll curl up your hair, because like right at this top, you'll see in this plait, is this one? No, this is the one. You'll see here that my curls are sticking out. I had put mousse and braiding gel here. Whenever you're doing Senegalese twist, and I can like easily fix this, like all I have to do is untwist it and then twist it back. But whenever you're doing like Senegalese twist, you want to make sure your hair under is pretty straight. I was always taught not to flat iron hair before you braid it, but I'm also not a professional, so do what you want. But I just wanted to let y'all know that. That's number 1. Number 2, day 1, your head might be throbbing, but it eventually loosens up, especially when you get in the shower. So if you're getting in the shower, make sure you tie down your hair, but that steam literally helps alleviate like that pressure. So try not to put the rubber bands too tight. Number 3, braids will last longer than twist, in my opinion. That's just, from my experience. Feel free to use whatever hair you want. If you use a Marley type of hair, then this part up here is going to be sticking up way more. You will see what I mean if you choose to use Afro Springy twist hair. But to fix that, all you have to do really is get a scarf, tie it down, and that helps it stay down. And the last thing is, okay, y'all, I'm sorry if the angle is not the best. I will likely be doing my sister's hair in the same style very, very soon. So if y'all think that the angles aren't right, they're not good enough, like, please just let me know in advance. Like, if you start watching this and you like, I can't learn nothing from this, just let me know in the comments, and I will be sure to record my sister's hair when I do their hair, so that way you're able to actually see what I am doing. But this is a pretty easy hairstyle. All these individuals are rubber band, so if you are terrible at gripping hair like me, you can use rubber bands in the back. If you're going to learn a style for your hair, learn this one. I'm telling you, you're not gonna regret it. You're not gonna regret it. Hey y'all, I am here with that braiding video that I promise is actually twist, but you can do braids with this as well. Starting off, I'm going to tell you what I'll be using today. This pack of Easy Braid braiding hair. There's 7 in here. I got this for $11.99 at my local beauty supply. I have this braided gel pot, so I'm going to snap this on my wrist to put my braiding gel in to make it easily accessible. I have a pintail comb. It also has a parting space here. If you go to the website and you're wanting to buy these materials, I have this here. So you have the parting tool, you have the pintail, and you also have an edges brush, so you could do your edges with. So this is a 3-in-1. This is on the website. I am probably going to do my edges in this video, and this is only going to help me with 2 parts that I need. So if you want a 3-in-1, definitely check this out. It is on the website. You need rubber bands for this hairstyle, particularly for the front. If you cannot grip hair like myself, you will also be using the rubber bands in the back. These are also on the website, available for purchase. Then we have butterfly clamps. If you need some of these are on the website. This is what I use to section off my hair. Lastly, when we get into products, I'm going to be using some grease, Blue Magic. Y'all can use whatever grease you'd like that's good for your hair. And then also Shine and Jam Magic Fingers. So this right here is going to just help with the parts, making them crispy and clean and also shining them up. So I typically only use this for the front, right? This will probably be used all throughout my hair, and you can use both of them together, but you will see how I use these products in this video. Now, these are not available on the website, but you can go to your local beauty supply and you can get whatever braiding gel that you like and whatever hair grease that you like for your hair. As a recap, you can get all these products on my website if you are wanting to use them for this hairstyle. If you need the braiding gel or the hair grease or even the braiding hair, that you'll have to go to your local beauty supply because I do not have that at the moment. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm working on it, but feel free to go to the website and buy some of those products. Starting off for your hair, prepping your hair, you want to make sure you've washed and blow dried your hair. This right here, I honestly could have done a better job. But this honestly will suffice. We are going to twist it. So this isn't me starting the tutorial. This is just me showing you. Let's see. If your twist can look like this, you're good, okay? You just don't want it to be too, like puffy or anything. So if you could twist your hair and it's pretty, neat, it's pretty slim, you're in a good spot, okay? So yeah, so I blow dried my hair and I'm just gonna get started. I just need to make sure that this is like in the middle. Yeah, I like that a lot. Ooh, ice on my wrists. Okay. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead, take some Shine and Jam and put it right in here. Having this wristband is supposed to make reaching the braiding gel more accessible. Is my elbow ashy? Oh Lord. Okay, y'all, just put some lotion on. Oh my gosh, I'm ashy. Okay. Anywho. Okay, I gotta put some lotion on, man, because what? So we're gonna start off by parting our hair. And so in order to part your hair, first you're going to part it this way, okay? Once you part it that way, oopsie, you're gonna part it this way. And sometimes I just part with my hand first. Like, I think that's usually a good thing to do before you just start using the comb. So I'm gonna go ahead, clamp that. And so this is not an even part. So I'm gonna make it even. One of the main things with this hairstyle is you do want to have even parts in the front. The back really will not matter, in my opinion, unless you're just like really particular about that. But for me, that back, it really be looking like who did it and why sometimes, but it's okay because most of the time you won't even be able to tell. Mind you, this we got to part horizontally, so I typically use my ear as a guide. The point of my ear are right in front of it, so I'm just gonna try to keep that steady. Yeah, you can put your pin there and see where it falls, so whenever you're on the other side, you can kind of get a gauge for what it is you're trying to do, where you're supposed to be. And I went ahead and sped up this part for y'all because this parting took me like 2 minutes right here. And then later in the video, you will see how I will be cleaning up the parts some more. But I haven't parted in a while, y'all. So honestly, I think that's why I was taking forever. And I was getting so annoyed, but I finally got it. For the most part, it's straight, but I'm definitely going to fix this. So what I want to do is clamp this up right now. And I'm going to take some braiding gel, okay? And then I'm just going to put it on the part. Once you like lay down your hair with the braiding gel, it really just helps you see if something is straight or not, see? So we might be on parting for a minute. After I put on that braiding gel, I spent an additional 2.5 minutes trying to get this part straight. So I edited that out for y'all. And I'm just going to skip to the part where I have it pretty even. For the most part, I think it's a pretty even part. I am going to separate this back just to see how far my hair is going to go back. Which I probably should have changed first, because if I need to move the part up, I'm going to be very, very pressed. But basically how far you have it is how far your twists in the front are going to stop. That's mad cricket. Okay. Okay, I know this is crooked right now, but what I'm trying to do is basically see how far the hair and the, like how far my twists in the back are gonna be. So basically my long braids will start here. My individual braids will start here, which I'm okay with actually. I'm actually okay with that. If I just take a look at how much hair I got here, how much hair I got here, kind of looks about the same. Now, I think I'll be okay. As long as it's not crazy off, then I'm alright. I'm gonna probably show y'all one section and then speed it up, because if I allow y'all to stay here while I do all of this, y'all gonna be here forever, okay? Basically, to get a straight part, when it comes to here, you put the comb in the center of your nose, and then you just go up like that, and then you part it. I mean, I pretty much just did that, but yeah, that's how you can get a straight part. Take some braiding gel, just put it on the middle, and then that way you're able to see your part better. I definitely know that it's crooked, so yeah, you want a straight middle part. Now you're going to do one section at a time. So what I'm going to do, I really pray to the good Lord this don't turn out uneven, because your hair uneven, you look dusty. But when I look at it like this, I think this is pretty even. I think that's cool. So then I just want to go to the other side and make sure it's going straight down, which I feel like this one, like, low-key is. Listen, get your parts as straight as you can, okay? I'm gonna start with this side. I'm gonna go ahead and clamp this up, get it out the way, out of sight, out of mind. Once you have this section, you're going to be making a total of 4 rows across. Now, to get those even, what you wanna do is split this in half, and then split that half in half. So basically this is going to get split in half like so. We want it to be half, as even as possible. So 2 sections. These are pretty even, and I'm going to show you what you're doing with these sections. So we're going to take some braiding gel and slide it on back. Slide it on back, smooth it on back. And mind you, this is to just help with our parting, to get it straight, because you definitely want this parting up here to be straight. So now that we have this sectioned off, we're going to pin this back. There's a lot of separating, pinning, clipping, all of that. So just a heads up on that. So now with this section here, we're going to split it again, okay? But that's okay. There's a lot of splitting involved, but it'll be all right. It'll be a-okay. So you could split it once more, like that. Then I'm gonna take some grease, just to have some grease on my scalp. I gotta re-up. Once you split that, of course you wanna make sure this part is straight and even. Just going straight across. All right, so now I think that's pretty even, making sure these sections are pretty even. Okay, I'm checking to see like the height of what the part is going to look like, which is not terrible if they're different, but I do like to get them as even as possible. So I think I'm going to move a little bit of. And y'all, all I'm doing here is ensuring that each section is about the same height because I want my boxes to be very close to the same size. What I'm going to do is pin this. Told y'all it's a lot of pinning and parting. I'm going to pin this section up. I'm going to split this section. I'm going to have to part this. So I think for this section, I can do about 3. So for each pair, you want to have the same amount of parts, and they need to align with one another. So yeah, I'll kind of show you all what that looks like. You're gonna need your rubber bands very soon. So what I want to do is part and apart. Did I just? Yeah, it's okay. All right, so essentially, these are the 3 areas I'm parting. Before I actually start putting the rubber bands, I want to see how it's gonna look up here. I'm probably complicating this, and I'm so sorry, y'all, like if this seems complicated. But essentially, you're gonna have 4 rows over here and 2 pairs, okay? So these 2 go together, these 2 go together. That's 4, okay? And you wanna work on one section at a time. So just like whenever I took this out and I'm over here looking, it looks like it's a pretty decent size. The thing is, these are gonna be boxes. You don't want the boxes to be too big. So yeah, so that's it. That's why I was like comparing it just to see. So yeah, so starting with this one. Yeah, and you want to make sure it's straight. Okay. All right. So did that off to the side. Now I'm going to put this rubber band in here. So basically for all 3 of these little parts, they're going to have a rubber band put on them. Okay. All right, and then I'm just going to pull, because you definitely want this to be tight. Now we're going to take this second section, and the second section needs to line up with the first row that we just did, and you will see why. So basically, all these parts need to align together. We could start with the first and go ahead and band it up. Next. So mind you, just making sure it's even with the second pot. So definitely got to here. It needs to just go on that line right there. Take another rubber band. Take some gel too. Put it at the base. Just smooth it out. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and put this in here. Alright, I'm gonna put some right there. I'm gonna go ahead. Okay, and then make sure you just tighten it. Alright, cool. This is how the side looks, okay? There are 6 plaits total, and we're going to twist each of these. And like I said, this is the part where, like, if you want braids instead of twists, you can just braid things. But I'm not going to do that because I twist way faster than I braid, and I love how the twists look. So I'll probably just pin this up. I love when it starts to come together, but child, trying to first get it and start it, I'll be like, and sometimes you'll feel that, like, oh, you probably got some hair from another one looped into another rubber band, but just try to be gentle so you don't pull your hair out. But sometimes you kind of have to. So I'm just going to plait every one of these and make sure that rubber band at the base is tight. All right, so I sped this clip up because I forgot to sit close to the camera, so I had to zoom in for y'all to see, but I'm just doing 2-strand twists. You can also do mini braids here, and in the next clip, I will slow that one down since I did sit closer to the camera and you're able to see it better, but you could do mini braids or twists here. My parts are crooked despite my efforts to make them straight, but nonetheless, it still turned out great. All right, so here's me twisting my hair at the regular pace. I did not speed this clip up. That way y'all are actually able to see it up close. I do apologize for this tutorial being so long, especially in the beginning, but that's just because I wanted to make sure y'all got the parting right. And it did take me forever to part my hair, but you know, if you are pretty good at parting, this should be super easy for you. Even if you're not, y'all, it's still okay. The parts don't have to be perfect. Some of my parts were still crooked, and when I tell y'all, like, the style still turned out amazing, you'll be okay. So I just wanted to ensure that y'all understood how this pattern is supposed to look. Now that all 6 of these are twisted, you're going to crisscross this. This is going to be with this one. Then once those get crossed, they're going to cross with that bottom one there. Then this is going to get crossed with that and that with that. So what we'll do is you can do all of them at the same, well, not all at the same time, But basically I'm going to start with this bottom one. I'm going to move it up here to this middle one, and I'm going to take a rubber band and I'm going to loop them together. And this one, you know, you don't necessarily have to make this tight because you don't want your head to be like throbbing or nothing. I'll probably just do this a few times. So now that you've crossed this one to this one, you're going to take this one and cross it to this one back here, this third one. Okay, so that's all it is crisscross. Oopsie, so make sure you don't get that middle one. You want that back one, and then you're just going to loop those together. Okay, all right, so now you got that one. So now you're gonna take this first one up here, and you're going to loop it with this middle one down here. So that's all you're doing, is you're crisscrossing the sections. So take that and that, and you're going to rubber band it together, just like that. And then take this one and you're going to crisscross it with the back. So take these and get the back and rubber band it. Oopsie. Just rubber band it together. All right, so this is what it looks like. These are going to come untwisted because whenever you add hair in, you're going to have to add them here. So basically, you're going to do that for this section. And then, of course, this side is going to have two split up sections that you're going to do this for. So I'm going to go ahead and do this one off camera. I would like to note, so whenever you get to the next section, you still want it to align. So you want all the parts to align, but I will say there may end up being a fourth one. And usually my fourth one is like up here somewhere. So usually like I could like, you know, line these up, but then I might create another part here that's like ahead of it, but then the other parts that are there are still going to align. So I'll do this off camera and then show you what it looks like when I'm done. Okay, so I went ahead and I did this section off camera. So you see these two sections, they're going to be combined together. You see that there's 4 plaits here, 4 plaits here, for a total of 8 plaits. So again, we're going to do the same process we did over here, twist them, crisscross. All right. Okay, so I've twisted this all. My mom called, so I couldn't show you all twisting all of them, but there's 4 and 4. So we can start with this one, your rubber band. And again, you want to make sure like whenever you are like connecting them, you don't have to make the rubber band super tight because the base is already tight, so you just don't want to give yourself a headache. So then there's that one, then we're going to connect it to this one. So mind you, it's just a crisscross. So, ooh, almost lost it. Yeah, crisscross here. Okay, and then lastly, we're going to connect it with the one in the back. Just connect it with that. Boom. Like that. Oopsie. I just want to pull that so that way it's leveled. Okay. So now we're going to connect this one to the ones it needs to be connected with. And it looks a little weird kind of because it's like, it just seems like it's all over the place. But yeah, it'll come together. It'll eventually all come together. So there's one. And I do wish this one is kind of big. I should have put this one on top, but it's okay. It is okay. It would probably look better, but it's okay. It's okay. And then go ahead. Oops. Okay, see, I got confused. Sometimes it could get like a little maze on top of your head. All right, and then the last one that's over here. And I cut my hair in October, so with this, it's like you'll see some pieces are really short like that right there. And it's really, like I said, because I had cut my hair. But this is my second time doing this hairstyle. Well, I used a different type of hair when I did the first time, but it's my second time doing like the parting like this. And my hair was for sure shorter, so that little hair that's like, you know, in the back, I had that sticking up like in the middle of these. So that's another thing. Like my hair isn't long right now, but that's another thing. Like if your hair is too short, trying to do this hairstyle can be a little difficult, because once you're twisting it, right, if your twist only goes this far and you're needed to connect it with that, it's not gonna really come together seamlessly. So this half is done. So now I'm just gonna do everything that I did over here. And when I get to this side over here, I want to make sure like my parting is mirroring this. Okay, I forgot to hit record, but I went ahead and I finished all of this. Some of this is like bigger than this side. Usually I could get it even, but I don't know what's going on today. But I went ahead and I'm starting to like untwist the twists that are at the very end. So anything that's in that rubber band at the end, you could go ahead and untwist, because it's going to be braided up or twisted up when you're adding your hair. And this would be a cute hairstyle, even if you wanted to just, you know, like even do like a braid out or a twist out, like have this in the front and then have your curls right here. So yeah, but all of this is going to end up being in twists, because like I said, I'm doing twists for this. If you want to do braids, you know, have at it. But here's this. I'm going to start at the bottom. I'm really not the best at gripping hair, so I'm going to use rubber bands. Now, if I were to use like the kinky hair or Marley type hair, I'm so much better with like being able to grip that. But when it comes to actual braiding hair, I have such a hard time. So I went ahead and parted one section off. I'm gonna let y'all see what it looks like. Ooh, hold on. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. So this is one part. It may not be even, but it's relatively even. And then also I'm going to just start free parting and then putting rubber bands on here. So this isn't going to be like perfectly straight, y'all. I promise y'all it's not. Like the only part that I really try to get kind of straight is the horizontal line. When it comes to these vertical lines, I would be all day if I tried to part it straight. So I just, you know, part it like this, And then I go ahead and with my finger, I just slide that down, and then I go ahead and put a rubber band in here. Okay. All right, so I just did 4 twists. So I'm gonna show you how to do these twists. I had a meeting, so that is why I did not record this, because I was on my phone for my meeting. But as you can see, I just rubber band this here. Okay, so I just rubber band this. And then make sure for each plait, you're pretty much like doing the, like around the same size for the twist. I'm doing probably about that much hair. It's kind of hard to see on camera to like really tell, but this is about how much I'm doing it, because I don't want them to be extremely small, but I also don't want them to be large, because with twists, they sometimes unravel, and honestly, I feel like the bigger you go with twists, the easier it is for them to unravel. So I kind of do like a medium size. So yeah, honestly, like this chunk might be a little too thin, but that's okay. So basically, I put the rubber band on and I put the hair just like this, and then I literally just start braiding. So even though I'm doing twists, I always start them out with a braid just to secure it. So you'll see just a braid. Okay, and so once I've braided like an inch or 2 down, that's probably about right, probably like an inch or 2, then I separate my hair, like my real hair. I do one on one side of the hair, and I do one to the other side, and then I just twist it like I do this. And you can also take some of the jam. I took my braiding wrist off because I had it on all day. This has been taking me forever because, like I said, it takes me forever to do my hair. But I put some on the ends, and I just continue to twist like so. Eventually, because you'll see I'm doing this and I'm twisting it, and that's just kind of my way. I mean, I don't know if I'm really tucking the hair, and you don't want to do this too tight, right? Like, because once you like don't pull it, right? You just want to do that. Like I'm pulling this down, but I'm not pulling the strands apart, right? I'm just pulling straight down, and then just continue to go. And so pretty much once I don't see my hair anymore, I just start twisting. And this is why I say it's so much quicker for me to do twists, because I can twist fast. I've literally seen people braid at the speed that I'm twisting at. So yeah, I can't do that. So I stay away from braids most of the time. Like, don't get me wrong, I love braids, but it's just so time consuming for me. So like I said, if you want to do braids with this hairstyle, you absolutely can, and I know it will look amazing. I just choose twist because that's what's easier for me and faster for me. So yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead, and by the way, this whole row, I went ahead and put rubber bands on it. So even if you wanna go through your whole head, put rubber bands, and then that way you're just adding the hair in, you can do that. I typically do, you know, one row at a time, like part a row, put all the rubber bands in that row, and then I start adding the hair to each plait. Then I go on to the next row. You can choose to do it the way that's easiest for you. All right, so I'm probably halfway through with the twist, because this is row 3. This is row 3. This is the last one for the row that I'm currently on, and I still have only used one bundle. So like literally, y'all, when I tell y'all, that's why I like this hairstyle, because you don't need hair for the entirety of your head. You just need it for literally half, because half of this is plaits up here, and then, you know, you're just doing twists or braids throughout. So I'm about to start with this second one. Chances are I'm going to use this full one and then probably some of this, but for the most part, like, I'll probably still have about 4 left once I'm done. So like I said, this is a very inexpensive hairstyle, even if you have to buy everything for it. Boy, if this ain't Cynthia, I don't know what is. But we have finally reached the top up here. So this part, like when it comes to all of these, I usually just like do one here, one here. I pretty much do one at the end of each individual plait. So one here, one here. Of course, these are 2 rows, so one here, one here, one here, one here, and then one here, one here. So it's going to be 8 more twists to put in. We're just going to get into this. I'm sorry I didn't record the whole thing, y'all, but I've been here all day. This is why I say I don't braid, because I started this at like 3 p.m. and now it's like 10:33 p.m. and I'm technically still not done. So if I would have recorded the whole thing, I would have had to like fast forward like hours of video. So that's why I just wanted to show you how to do the top part, and then how to add one of the twists in. And now we're on to the part where we're adding the twist up here. Now, I ain't gonna lie, my hair feels tight right now. It feels really tight, like, oh my gosh. But it is gonna loosen up. You know, that's the good thing about it. It will, like, you know, eventually loosen up. Should be feeling better by tomorrow. I don't think it's gonna be like terrible, right? Like agonizing. But yeah, and it's really because of the rubber band. So like honestly, you want them to be tight, but try your very best to not make them too tight. So I'm going to take some hair, put it here. So you're really just doing this plait the same that you would any individual. I feel like with this hair, it does better with laying down, but like whenever I use like the Afro Springy twist hair, that one was like raised way more up, especially at the top. Like y'all, it looked crazy, but I did eventually just tie that down and that did the job. So yeah, all right. See, and that's why I said I like really this hair, because I feel like it literally like lays so well in my opinion. Last one, this part always gets me so excited because sometimes it's literally so unreal getting to the last twist, because I'm like, this took me forever and a day. Look, it's dark. If y'all haven't noticed, it is dark back there. I know I had the door closed earlier, but it was definitely bright outside when I started. I'll go ahead and add this last piece in. Seems so surreal, but finally at the end. All right, so I sped up the last twist for y'all. I did use mousse at the top, which is probably not ideal. I used the mousse and the braiding gel. With this hair, it's probably best if your hair is straight up here, just because it will blend in so much better. But yeah, last twist. I am done. This is the final look. This is the final look. This is what it looks like. I will say, I don't know why for this like this parting is bigger than like over here. Usually I could get it pretty even, but I was like struggling today. I don't know what was going on, but yeah, this is the final look. So you can wear it to the back, you can put it in a ponytail, which I'm definitely not going to do yet. You can wear it to the side. So there's so many things you can do with this. So I'm going to go ahead and pose, because you know that's what you do at the end of a video. So okay, maybe I should look more like, I don't know, professional. How do y'all see? They be all in them. You know what I'm saying? Did I do it right? I could do baby hairs, but I really don't want to. Like right now, I don't want to. I mean, it'll be something really simple because like when ooh, that hair, I really did snatch my edges, high key, low key. Like yeah, my hair is tight. This is the final look. You can see, and then the back. I think it looks good. I think it looks great. Like I said, this is one of my favorite hairstyles to do. I'm going to tie this down tonight. You don't need to dip the ends because it's going to unravel and the ends look pretty decent to me. Yeah, so I do usually like dipping my ends whenever I put braids in my head, but because these are twists, like I said, they're going to unravel, so I will refrain from dipping them. If you need to seal them, then you can just burn them. But that's it. As y'all know, I did cut my hair back in October, so it has been November, December, and then we're in May. So it's been about 7 months, almost 8 months since I cut my hair. So I've been trying not to even put braids in my head or blow dry my hair, or put any type of heat on it. But I went ahead and did these braids just so I could give y'all this tutorial and switch on my hairstyle a little bit. But for the most part, I typically wear my hair in like a curly fro. I usually do a wash and go on my hair, and then that's my style for the week. But I wanted to add in these twists so I can give y'all a style for the summer, because the summer is coming up. We're in May, June is next month, and if you need inexpensive, really nice hairstyle, I highly recommend this. And you can really play around with this if you want to, like with colors and then styles, you know, even if you want to do different types of hair, like whether it's Marley hair, or maybe you want to try it with locks, with braids, however you want to do. Like you can really make this style your own. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know if you try it. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.